of the morning star in November of mid-November of 2037. This is the average at 2038. But the actual one is at the rising of the morning star mid-November of 2037. But since November is so close to January, I use this 2038 as the average because it's closer to there than it is to the other year. But it's 2037. So if you look at it that way, that means somewhere around that time, someone's going to show up here. I don't know if they're going to be born there. Are they going to arrive there? Are they going to, have no idea? All I know is they're coming here, which is really weird because that's where that organ mandala is pointing to that I showed you in the video.
So there's an association with Buddha.
Yes, big time. Because if you go and review that organ mandala or Google search it, you'll see what I'm talking about. And then look what it represents. It represents the all. And then it says there's 14 petals in this thing. And it's located pointing at Mount Hood. Mount Hood is in Salvi Island, or Miclasa homestead, stomping ground you would say, is located at 45.50 degrees latitude north. 3.25 times 14, which is on that organ mandala.
Right. And remember, 3.25 is the indigenous pi that you have come up using the sacred number 13 and times 2, which is 26. And then 26 divided by 16 gives you the number 3.25. Half of 3.25 is 1.625. So you're using 1.625.
See that 3.25?
To
now,
add
times that 14 that's on the organ mandala. Mm-hmm. And what did I say was the latitude for my stomping ground?
You're going to have to tell me again.
45.50 north. Now watch.
Okay.
No, watch. Don't watch me. Watch this. I'm not doing this just for you to look at my face. I know what my face looks like. Now that's 3.25 times 14.
Okay.
Not 13 like I've been using for global mapping. Look what numbers it comes up with. 45.50.
So that's the latitude.
Which proves that organ mandala isn't a hoax and wasn't made by those white guys, which means that it's part of my global mapping system, or it wouldn't be pointing to exactly where I'm from.
Well, their explanation video was
PBS
pretty...
and those university guys bullshitted everybody out there and really, pulled the wool over everybody's eyes, saying it was a hoax and that they
Well, they didn't even
it.
have specific dates. They're
and
like,
lined
oh,
up, and it's lined up to Veracruz and Coatzacoalcos, which is the oldest place in the heart of Olmec. And it's lined up to Mount Hood, to my Clatsop people. And the mandala is right in the part of this.
And it was that huge mandala that appeared overnight. Mm-hmm. And then their disinformation video, they were like, oh, about 7 years ago, we were over here.
And 27 years ago,
and
we were
I think it was
good old boy fun.
Right, and I think it was springtime somewhere when this happened. Like, they didn't even have like specific dates for any of their information. And those sticks that were supposed to be 27 years old, I was like, those might be old, but they're not 27 years old. A stick that's been hanging around for 27 years old is going to be a lot more aged than that stick. And the thing that they said that they used to make the circles with, supposedly hanging in a rafter for 28 years, did not even have spider webs on it when they took it down.
There it is. That's the organ mandala that's pointing to Mount Hood, which points you to Veracruz and Coatzacoalcos down in Olmec. And the reason I know it's not a hoax is because it's totally aligned to my ancient Chinook global charts. And it's really simple because it lays out the trade network. 39, 38, 37, 36, 35 in the middle for the, well, over here, it's in the 40 degrees, I forget. We're at 39. This is 49, so that would be 49, 48, 47 degrees, 46 degrees, 45, which is the center part, 43 degrees, 42, 41 degrees, all the way down to 41 degrees. You go all the way around. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All of the numbers that you need for 41 degrees all up to 49 degrees for our trade zone and how to locate and get to them. 16 is part of the thing that's part of the Zia symbol that's right above me. It's the same numbers that are make this thing. It has 16 petals. That has 16 rays coming out of it.
Oh, and so your explanation of the Zia symbol is that it's how do you divide a circle into 16 equal parts
Or 8.
or 8. And so what you do is you take 26, you divide it by 16. The number that you get is 3.25,
Mm-hmm.
which you are calling the indigenous, the golden, the real pi. And
26.
half of that is the golden ratio, 1.625.
26 is the Mesoamerican 13 times 2. See, that's why it's 26. Then you divide it by the New Mexico Zia symbol, 16, the 16 rays. And then you come out with 1.625,
Oh.
which is the golden mean ratio, which is what that is divided into for the 16 rays. But if you divided it into 8 rays, you times it by 2. So you times it by 2, that same number, and then it gives us 3.25. And then you got 8 sections of 3.25. And you got 16 sections of 1.625.
And the division of a circle into 8 sections is something that happens globally. So not only is it in the Aztec calendar stone, it's also in mandalas and